low. That's low. He do cocaine. One incident, he do cocaine. That's low. I'ma tell y'all this story. That's low. He do cocaine. And that's only one incident, he do cocaine. Right now, cause see, I'ma tell y'all this story, right? This is back when I was living on the south side of Chicago in the Ardell Gardens area. I did a drive along with y'all cocaine way back to show y'all where I used to live on the south side of Chicago. No cap, salute. So anyway, it was this dude. I won't say his name, none of that, right? But it was this dude. Everybody knew him in the hood. Knew his wife, knew his kids, all of that, right? Dude would go to work. He'd be with his kids and, be at the baseball games, but the man gets high. Hey, come on, cocaine. The man gets high. He do cocaine. He do cocaine. Even though his wife loved him so much, she don't like his habit. She knows that it's the cocaine. Every time he starts getting high off cocaine, right? Now, right? Back then, right? Look, he knew what it was like. Man, right? Slow. We can't keep so to speak, right? Get some for his kids, right? If he ran out of money and he couldn't get no crack, he'd take his kids like Nintendo games and all type of shit and pawn it over to the dope man. So he can get him a $8 or quarter, whatever, right? Right. One day he hit a low. He do cocaine. This was 2 days before Christmas, back in 1998. 2 days before Christmas. What up, big nerd? He takes his kids' toys and give it to one of my bands that hustling or whatever, right? Now, even though back then, you didn't have no feeling about what you did. Good morning, NC Lady B1. He felt the way about him giving his kids toys, giving him his kids toys for the drugs, for the cocaine, right? So his wife, we know, like I said, we know that his wife goes up to my man's crib and asks, "Can you please give back those toys? Whatever he owed, I'll work it out with you." He do cocaine. And at that point, that man do cocaine. We didn't see him no more. So that told me that he went to go get the help that he needed because cocaine. See, that was a low do cocaine. He took his kids' toys, pawned it off so he could get some. He do cocaine. He do cocaine. That's low. That's low. And that's only one incident. Do y'all imagine if I live in the hood, how many times I done seen people take their kids, talking about Nintendo games, the whole system, take it to the dope man so they can get them drugs. They don't ever get the game back. Them kids, mad as hell, but they can't do shit about it. Because why? That habit kicks in. It's a done deal. That habit don't care about no kids, about no mama, daddy, nobody. That habit is where it's at. That's what they think about. They don't think about nothing else. That's low.
Kenya.
What you want?
I can.
What?
What you doing? You bored?
No, I'm not bored.
I got a question for you. Straight up. Be real. I got a question.
What?
Ken, I got a question.
What is it?
Let me eat your chocolate pudding.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I am back. I am your host with the most, Johnny Blaze, bringing y'all this Friday afternoon content. Greg Popovich out as coach and in as team president. And shout out to Greg Pop. I mean, Pop has really cemented himself as one of the elite coaches of the NBA. I never had a problem with his coaching style. It was very effective. And with the result of that, he was able to win 5 championships with the San Antonio Spurs. So that right there in itself, for him to be able to transition into being the team president of all basketball operations, salute to that man, because he still get a chance to be around in the game. It's just that he don't have that grind, that wear and tear that puts on him to actually be a head coach. And to be fair, he don't have anything else to prove. I mean, like I said, you have to put him up there with Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. We have a lot of coaches on now here that's very elite. No matter if you agree with their coaching style or not, you know what I'm saying? They still was able to get the job done on a high level. So again, shout out to Greg Pop for actually transition from being a coach to the team president. And hopefully you get better as time goes on, because I know he had a health scare. And that would, everybody, because I kept up with that story. I didn't want to come out because they was saying like they didn't know if he was going to come back to coach. Then they were saying no, they were saying yes. So I said, you know what, let me just sit back on that and see all the way when they give the official word. I hate to deal with hypotheticals and be having to, I don't like to put that type of content on out here. Once I get the official word that that's what it's going to be with them, then I can talk about it, So, and we have body cam footage. Oh my gosh. Look, I don't have a problem with trans people, right? So I'll make sure I say this the right way. To me, and this is just my opinion, I think you would want to be upfront and honest with a person that you're dealing with, so you can actually give them a choice if they want to go that route, right? But when you deceive people, right? When you deceive people and you don't be upfront about who you really are, I'm not going to condone anybody being unalived or anything like that. But to me, it's like it's a slippery slope with that. Again, I'm not condoning anybody being unalive, but I still have to think about the other side of it. When you do something like that to a person, you just don't know where their mind can go. And in this body cam footage, this is up in Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into the body cam footage. Shout out to Midwest Safety. This is coming from Midwest Safety. Fair use. This is just for entertainment purposes only and educational purposes only, because a lot of people need to hear this. Don't put yourself in this type of situation. If I were you, I would do my homework and I will find out exactly what type of individual that you're dealing with, so you don't, have to unalive anybody. Clues lead to killer after trans woman's murder. Okay? Again, this all happened in Minnesota.
At Company Cam, we're not trying to be the only app you use. We work seamlessly.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I am over off of 4th and just south of Lake, and there's a body outside of a building we've been working on. I just noticed it probably like a minute ago.
In the early morning of November 29th, Minneapolis police received a call about a body found in a courtyard near the intersection of East 31st Street and 4th Avenue South in Minneapolis, Minnesota. When officers got there, they found a young woman with a single gunshot wound to the head, fired at close range. There was no doubt this was an execution. She was later identified as 38-year-old Savannah Ryan Williams. Police began locking down the area and collecting evidence. A few people in the neighborhood told officers they heard a gunshot around 5:45 in the morning. One of them mentioned seeing a man walking north from the courtyard shortly after the sound. That was the first clue in what would become a complex investigation. This footage has never been seen by the public before and was exclusively obtained by Midwest Crime.
Our coverage is made possible because of sponsors like Morgan & Morgan. Over the years, we've brought you mind-boggling video of crashes like these, but what happens to the victims? Biggest for a reason.
Roughly 45 minutes later, that same man was seen again on camera, this time walking alone, heading north, away from the courtyard. The timestamp read 5:45 a.m., just moments after a neighbor reported hearing a single gunshot. Everything lined up. The location, the time, the direction, exactly as witnesses had described. By piecing together video from different cameras along his path, detectives tracked the suspect walking north on 4th Avenue toward Lake Street. From there, he entered the Lake Street LRT station, got on a train heading downtown, and got off at the Nicollet 5th Street station. From there, cameras followed him south, walking to an apartment building at 95 South 10th Street. Once they had the address, investigators took a still image of the man from the footage and showed it to building management. They immediately recognized him. His name was Demarion Kalen Bible, a resident in that very building.
Yeah, deja vu. This is awful right here. And to be fair, I mean, the whole world didn't have to know that you was actually tricked. I mean, you know, let's continue.
Police secured a search warrant for his apartment, and when Demarion Bible eventually left the building, officers moved in. He was taken into custody, but then things became even clearer. While he was in the squad car, Bible was allowed to make a phone call. And during a conversation with his father, he said,
"That is an odd last name right there. Bible? I've never known anybody's last name to be Bible. Wow, well, you're not doing the Bible's work. You're not doing anything from the Bible. You unaliving people the way you did, allegedly. What up with it, Brian?"
said something that confirmed what investigators already suspected.
That is Demarion.
What's up, man?
Hey, you know, it's about that time for me to go to jail now.
Go to jail? What you mean?
Yeah, they got caught. I had killed somebody
Where you at now?
in the back of the squad car finger.
Whoa. Now, I know damn well the police done read you your Miranda rights. I know they did. He said that just as clear as day. Yeah, I got to go to jail. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, I unalived somebody, Dad. I got to go to jail. What? I've never heard nothing like that. Never in it. Now, I done heard them say some wild shit while they camera rolling on them and they can hear them and all that. But I've never heard nobody actually confess. This is wild as hell.
Right, get booked.
Oh, wow, man.
So yeah, I hushed that.
Yeah, Brian, you can send it to my business email that's in the ticker. goodwillj78@gmail.com. It's in the ticker. So if you want it, like if you don't remember what I just said, yeah, you could just send it to my email. Whatever type of body cam footage is you deem that I should go over and actually give a review on, just send it to that email.
The officer let me make one last call or whatever. So I don't know. Just pray for me. Pray that they don't feed me the pedigree. So it was a he/she dude was acting like a girl the whole time. It was a dude. me and him ended up getting into altercation. I shot him in the head.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe that he's sitting up here just blankly telling on himself. This is unbelievable. I've never heard it this way. I've never heard nobody being in the back of a squad car and then confess. I mean, shit, hell, you don't need no lawyer. Shit, you just to confess to the whole damn crime.
And so you're gonna see what's gonna happen.
So you're in back of the squad car right now?
Yep. I'm thinking a good book.
Yeah, he's not joking. This is Andrew Schroeder with the police department. He's not joking at all.
Yeah, it's time for me to get this shit out the way. I love you too. I'll see you soon.
Right after his arrest, Bible was taken in for questioning. What followed inside that room would only make things worse for him.
You're Demarian? What's your last name?
Bible.
Bible, okay. Are you working?
Yes.
Where are you working?
Lee and Jen.
Lee and Jen, okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in court. You have the right to talk to an...
It's too late. It is entirely too late. He done already just spilled the beans, and whatever he just said up in that squad car is going to be used against him. But I guess they still got to read him his Miranda rights, but I could have sworn they read it to him before they put him up in the squad car. I guess they trying to make sure to dot their I's and cross their T's, but shit, it don't matter about the Miranda rights at this point. He didn't straight up confess.
A lawyer while being questioned at any time, okay? And if you cannot afford a lawyer, one is given to you without cost for free. Do you mind if we show you a picture? So we just need to, I guess, ask you, that's your tattoo and your ring. Do you remember what day that was?
Mm-mm.
No. Do you recognize your coat though?
Mm-hmm.
And your shoes? Okay, so this is
Blurb,
the
what's the
infrared
word?
photo
The
of you.
podcast, what's
on a
the
bus.
word?
It's weird because the jacket is a different color because it's infrared, so it sort of washes out the color. And this one's in color. Do you see you? Okay. Do you remember what day that was? You don't? Okay.
This one here, you actually trip when you get on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember tripping when you got on the bus?
Mm-hmm.
The bus driver was really worried that you got hurt?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. You didn't fall that hard? Okay. Do you remember being lost and wondering where you were when you got off the bus? Looking around and asking where the light rail was?
Mm-mm.
What do you think you were doing right here?
Looked like I was going home from work.
Okay. What are your hours that you work?
I work basically like 2 to 10.
2 to 10?
2 p.m. to 10.
Mm-hmm.
2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay. Do you remember? I think this is the same day.
Going up to the light rail at Lake in Hiawatha.
Do you remember when you were at the light rail at Lake Hiawatha and you took the train? Where were you coming from? This is after you tripped on the bus and then you ended up taking a bus to the Hiawatha station and you took the light rail into downtown. Where were you coming from? Do you remember?
Yeah. So I do tattoos.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Where were you coming from?
I was supposed to be doing a tattoo on somebody, but they completely sent me off. So I was just coming back from trying to do a tattoo.
Okay. Where were you going to do the tattoo?
I was going to do the tattoo, which, like I said, the person sent me off. So I don't know.
Do you
You
remember?
don't know the location, like address or sort of where?
What did the person's name? What did they say? Or what did they look like?
I'm not saying that. That's my business.
Okay, that's cool. Do you remember if you're supposed to meet at a house or an apartment?
Wait a minute, you don't even want to tell that? You done told everything else. You done told them people in the squad car that you actually unalived the trans woman. And you don't want to give that Man, come on, man. You might as well don't even talk to him and just get up with a lawyer. You done said too much.
Building though.
I just know they sent me off. So.
When you say sent you off, you mean like they said I
the-
changed my mind or what?
Yeah, basically, like, we had a deal that was supposed to be, like, we was going to do this link up, do a tattoo, but they ended up not getting a tattoo.
Did they tell you personally, I don't want it, I changed my mind?
That's what I'm saying, and just change plans.
They texted you or what?
They just didn't text back.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So was it somewhere around Cedar and Lake?
That's why I guess I'm just like.
Because that's where that picture's from, is when you got on the bus at Cedar and Lake.
And then you rode the bus from Cedar and Lake down to like 2nd Avenue, remember?
By the McDonald's.
Because all we have, is bus video. You remember getting off at 2nd Avenue South in the early morning? You remember seeing this lady? You never saw that lady? Okay. Do you remember that person? This is a daytime picture, but do you remember this? It's kind of like a courtyard. You go back and there's some trees and it's like there's some buildings and you walk back in there. It's on 4th Avenue South, really close to Lake Street. Do you remember that? The video shows you met up with this lady. You met up with her. And you walked back into that area with her. Can you tell us why you met with her? Did she want to do some kind of deal with you? And then she said she was a lady, but she really wasn't. And then something really terrible happened. Can you help us understand why that happened? What did he or she do? Did she lie?
What was supposed to happen with her?
I don't know, really. We know the name of the person now. Savannah. We thought maybe you know her.
Never met or her, or whatever it is.
What was supposed to happen when you guys walked back there? Did you have some kind of deal?
All I remember is these photos because I was going to go do a tattoo.
Okay.
So this camera here, that's zoomed in. So we know you crossed Lake Street. You looked around while you were at the corner. Then you walked to the bus shelter where Savannah was sitting. You talked for about 3 minutes. And then the two of you walked over and walked in here. You're in there for about 40 minutes. So something's going on during that time. Workers are on the...
Look, this is just my opinion. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I think that he was going to try to have sex with this trans woman. And when he found out that it wasn't all the way a woman, that it was a man turning into a woman, I think that's when the chaos started. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. And I think that's why they're trying to find out the rhyme or reason of why would you shoot this individual in the head? What was the point of that? And the only thing that I could come up with in this situation is that he actually thought that it was a woman, but in fact, it was a trans woman. So he felt tricked. He felt disrespected. He had iron on him. That's at least what I think. I could be wrong.
The other side of this building, and they hear a gunshot. And right after they report hearing the gunshot, you walk out around the corner and you walk up to Lake Street. You then walk down Lake Street to Park, where you ended up on the other side of Lake Street. The bus shows up to go east, and you run to get back on the bus.
East towards Hiawatha.
So, I mean, we have to talk about the blank spot. And just so we're clear, I've watched that video more than an hour before and an hour after you leave. Nobody else is there. So it's you and Savannah back there. Is it as simple as you thought it was a girl and found out it was actually a male? Because we could understand that. Then we're talking about emotions. Otherwise, we're stuck looking at it as just a cold-blooded execution.
Do you own your own home in Illinois, but still rent your electricity?
That's where
For
I'm at
limited
with
time
it.
only, homeowners in specific zip codes.
I actually agree with what he just said because, like, what was the reason behind it? It had to be some type of reason. And like the detectives is talking to him about it now, that's at least what I was thinking. Like, you found out that really wasn't all the way a born woman, a woman that was born a woman. And you found out that it wasn't that, and you know, maybe you was trying to get down with the trans woman or whatever the case may be. That's what we trying to figure out right now.
What y'all trying to do? Like, y'all trying to like pin this on me?
We're trying to figure out what happened back there.
We need to know why you shot her.
Don't pin this on me.
Oh,
what are you pinning it on?
All I know is I just see these pictures of me.
Damarian, we've got you getting there, walking over, meeting with her,
In the bus shelter.
walking into the courtyard. Workers hear a gunshot. Right after they hear the gunshot, you walk out, you walk down to Lake, you get on a bus. Dude, we tracked you on the bus and on street cameras from the time you got there to when it happens, when you leave, when you get off on the light rail at 5th and Nicollet, over to Marquette, all the way down Marquette into your apartment door. The same person, Damarian. So the who done it is done. The question is, why did it happen? Was this a robbery gone bad? Was this just a cold-blooded execution? Or was it your emotions getting the best of you because you find out that this person was not a female? That's why what we're trying to find out is what happened from your side.
All right. I'm going to just break it all down.
Okay.
All right. So, this is night I was supposed to do a tattoo. Okay?
Okay.
I got sent off really bad. I sent like I was supposed to go to a tattoo. I didn't get it done because the person sent me off. I was smoking weed and stuff, so I really didn't really like remember what the because after I that's the only thing that probably got my emotions involved is because I got sent off. So somehow I ended up over south. This picture right here.
Mm-hmm.
This lady was sitting, or male was sitting at the bus stop. She said, as I walked past, do you want some? And I was like, yeah. So she said, come over to the corner and we can have sex. We went to the corner where you found this at. We was in the corner having sex. I pulled out a condom. I had sex with her. So this is where, well, to answer your question, I had a 9mm gun in my pocket. We was having sex. The person, she was sex or whatever the heck.
What's going on, Carlos? So I was correct. So he was trying to have sex with the trans woman. What's the word, King of Receipts? What's the word, Law? All surely well, sir. So I was dead on the money then. I was dead on the money. I knew it in my mind for all of that to take place the way it did. I'm sorry, but you got tricked. And you that trick was a deadly trick, to say the least. But man, look, man, don't be trying to pick up no damn date at the goddamn what type of, come on, man. You seem like a young enough man that you should be able to pull a woman without having to go forward like that, man. Right, exactly, deja vu. So he picks up a stranger. He talked them into letting him have sex. He said okay, and then they went to the alley. But you agreed. You agreed to it. So it's like, man, how'd you look? You tricked your own self. You should have left well enough alone. That was one of them situations you should have just, hey, no, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. And kept it moving. But no, you want to take this trans woman up into an alley and get yourself tricked. And then on top of that, tricked you right into jail.
You want to call it? She started making me feel suspicious. And so I started reaching for my gun. Because I thought she was trying to rob me. Like I said, we had sex. Then I started getting a weird suspicion about her. And then she kept on like doing some weird stuff. And then the altercation.
I'm sorry, but you got what you deserve. I'm sorry. So any random chick that you see that walk past you, that you walk past and they offer some sex and you just say, yeah. What? You don't even know nothing about this individual, but all you just heard the key word, yeah, I want some pussy. So it got you to that point where you got... Let's continue to listen.
I was mad.
I'm sorry, what?
And I shot her.
You shot her? What was she doing that was suspicious?
She acted like she was going to rob me. So I had protected myself.
Okay.
And there you go.
Have you been worried about this ever since?
No, because I don't feel like, I felt like I was protecting myself.
You know,
how? The only way you would have protected yourself is not to even engage with the trans woman. You could have just left her. You could have just left the trans woman alone. You could have walked on about your merry way. You didn't have to have sex. That was a choice. You this don't even make sense. How was you protecting yourself? Oh my gosh. It's okay, men on out here, young men at that. If somebody try to proposition you, it's okay for you to say no. It's okay. It really is. You put yourself out there in the fucking jail for no reason. Now you got to go to jail because, see, in my opinion, you allowed yourself to be tricked. You allowed yourself to be tricked. So I really don't have no sympathy for you at this juncture.
She didn't have a blade, a gun. She didn't have anything.
That's why we're asking, like, what did she do to make you feel suspicious?
Like I said, I had a loaded gun in my pocket. And we was having sex. She realized I had it in my pocket. And every time, like, when you have a gun or something, people start to act like they want to steal it from you. So that's what she started acting like. Now that I found out it's a man, it makes more sense. But like I said, when she was having,
Man, hell, fuck no, nigga, hell no. You know what I think? I think you knew that was a man. I'm seriously, look, I think you found out that night when you was having sex with the trans woman and you found out that was a man, and that's why you upped the pistol on him and on the trans woman and shot the trans woman in the head. The fuck, man, I'm not putting myself in no trick bag like that. None whatsoever, Carlos. He ain't got no self-control.
she was having an altercation, she felt the gun in my pocket, and then she started to act like she was reaching for it, and like that's when I had reached for my gun, and I shot her.
So
what's going on, Superman Clark? My fault. I am doing the show now, so if I do miss somebody, it ain't on purpose, okay? Man, Julian, Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah, that right. That's what he had told everybody. You right, Julian. He did tell everybody that shit.
at the where she was found deceased, we saw there was a black bag,
Plastic bag,
and some tissues and hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that was hers.
That was hers
Or his.
His. Okay.
Did you clean yourself off with the tissues?
No.
Hey, G Mama Body.
Did.
He did?
Yeah, like that's why everything was seeming suspicious, you know, because she got to doing like little weird stuff, and then that's why everything happened how it happened.
So when he or she was.
So wait, you mean to tell me that it felt she was the trans woman, so make sure I say this the right way. The trans woman was doing something suspicious while y'all was engaging in having sexual intercourse. So that warrants you to went in your pocket and unalive the trans woman? How come you couldn't just stop and just go on ahead on about your way? It warned you to shoot because well, then why in the fuck is you having? Let me dial it down, son. Why would you have sex with an individual at the bus stop? He felt bad about it, deja vu. After the fact, after he found out, I don't believe that story. I don't believe that story. I believe that in the midst of him having sex with that trans woman, that's when he found out that really wasn't a woman, that was a man. He went in his pocket, boom, the end. So this story that you telling still don't even add up.
Shot. Where just
KD, let me tell you something. I don't know what you're not going to talk that way, and you're not going to control what type of content that I'm willing to talk about. I don't judge nobody. I'm not of that community, and I'm gonna only let you. You only gonna get timed out. All right. If you don't like, so by you saying that, then that means that you sitting up here watching it. So what do that make you, sir or ma'am? What do that make you? Stop being idiot. Stop being an idiot and just pay attention to what's going on with the body cam footage. It's going to be a whole lot of body cam footage is going to have transgender people, gay people. I don't have a problem. They don't have anything to do with me. All I'm doing is a review on it and giving my opinion. Okay? If you don't like this type of content, then you can leave. But what you're not going to do is come up in my chat and be disrespectful for no reason. Okay? You don't know me and I don't know you. Let's keep it cordial, okay? Now, you only got timed out once. Let it happen again, and I'm just going to ban you from out this chat, okay? Thank you.
Where were you and where was she standing?
All right, so it was kind of like, it was almost like he wanted me to do it, or in a weird way, or
What
something
up,
like
Keon?
he was
Keon
testing me or
30?
something, you know? Because when the opportunity presented itself, I took it or whatever. Because I was trying to leave, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it, how it happened, but I just know what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do when I had to do it, you know?
What did she say to you?
And now it's a he.
What was he saying to you during this time back there?
It's hard to explain.
Remember your conversation?
Yeah, kind of. It's just like, all I can remember is he was, and when I was laying sitting on the stairs,
Whoa.
and I kept feeling my
Pause. God damn. Boy, they gonna chew you up in jail. You know them cats up in that jail knows. They be knowing what you're in for. Oh, they gonna get you. All day is gonna get you good up in jail.
Or like making sure my pocket was zipped up because my gun was in there. But and he was trying to like reach and try to make it seem like he was trying to, get one, to be suspect or something like that. Mind you, I never met a person a day in my life. And like, while I got to feeling suspicious, and I was trying to get ready to get away, but like she come around, or he was coming around, like, let me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, let me have sex with you, like, kept egg, like, I'm like, like, I'm kind of getting down, like, you kind of scared me actually, because now it's late, and I never had sex with no prostitute before or nothing, but like I said, I got to tell you it was a bad day. I got sent off. I keep my weapon on me for protection. I'm a tattoo artist, I keep a lot of money,
So if you ain't never been with a prostitute, you mean to tell me that your date was that goddamn bad that it made you have sex with an individual that you didn't even have a clue if that was all, you just thought that was a woman? Oh my gosh. Y'all please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you're picking up this content right here. For those who ain't picking up the content, feel free to go somewhere else where you will like the content better, okay? But this right here is insane. Oh my God. So you had a bad day because you wasn't able to meet up with the person that you was going to do the tattoo. And that warned you to deal with a prostitute? And then turned out that it wasn't even a woman, it was a trans woman. Oh Lord.
Did you end up paying her?
No, but I have money, and it wasn't even like that. She didn't ask for the money or nothing.
But you kind of knew she was going to ask for money, right?
No, she asked for, she said, you want, so I said, yeah.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra.
She had never asked for money or none of that. That's why I was like, this is too easy or something. Like, I don't know.
So and you think that she noticed you had a gun on you while
she did know.
He
did know.
Just tell me if I'm wrong. And while that's happening, he notices that you have a gun, and then while the going on, you feel like he was doing something suspicious about trying to touch your gun or
No, he
for
was
it?
trying to get my gun basically, so I shot him.
Okay. While he's
No, but when he stopped, and he was trying to not let me like leave, or like try to act like he was trying to trick me. That's when I had shot him because I felt like I was like
He kept saying he wants to have sex.
right, and I was like, oh, like now it's starting to get weird and stuff because he started cleaning up with the Kleenex and stuff, and it got weird. Like I said, it got suspicious, and I started feeling uncomfortable.
Okay. So he cleaned off with the Kleenex too, which was weird.
You just got to do a bunch of weird stuff. Drugs was involved, that.
What the oh my God. You let first off, it's already bad enough that you was randomly having sex with an individual that you never met. But you let this stranger with some clean. This is just too unreal, ladies and gentlemen. This is too unreal.
So I guess that's what it was.
Do you remember if you smoked any drugs too?
What up with it,
I've
EV?
been smoking weed all night.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Right, Keon.
Where she ends up falling, it's pretty clear that she had a crack pipe or a pipe to smoke and a lighter, because the pipe lands right at her feet. The lighter is by her right hand, which kind of indicates to me that she's probably getting ready to light up and smoke.
Yeah. I mean, I know because I'm the one that did it. I mean, like I said, if one person puts you in a situation where you feel like you can't leave, then you're gonna do what you gotta do to get out of it. I don't care if you was smoking crack or not. Like if I felt like I was trying to get away, I was trying to get away.
Okay.
So, sorry.
It's pretty.
This is getting even worse. Boy, cocaine is a hell of a drug, Jack. This motherfucker here was sitting up here pouncing on a trans woman that smoked crack. Man, Carlos, this is beyond stupid. I just don't. I don't follow. I don't believe his story. I really don't. Now, some of it, yeah, some of it could be true, but it's a lot of bullshit he throwing up in there, and I just ain't reading this.
Pretty obvious that you were standing real close to her when the shot was fired. Can you show me how close you were? Were you both standing up at the time?
Yes. This didn't have nothing to do with me knowing if she was a man or not.
It didn't. Okay.
But all I know is once I felt like there was something going on or some suspicion, that's when I was fired, and I would cut the bus. It was an act of self-defense.
I'm just gonna.
You think that's gonna fly in the court of law? What you just told the detectives, you think that that's really gonna fly as a self-defense? Bro, you might as well had just not even talked to the police and said lawyer. These are one of those times, ladies and gentlemen, that he ran his mouth entirely too much. He didn't even have to talk to them detectives. He could have just waited and got with a lawyer. The detectives is not lawyers, sir. Man, come on, man. This ain't no way in God's green earth that they gonna let this ride off as self-defense. Sorry.
Stand up and be right here for a minute. Do you think you're about this close to her when it happened? Like if you're standing up, you can stand up if you want to.
Yeah.
Was it about this close?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know where the gun is right now?
Yes.
It's in your apartment. Yes. Where's the gun in the apartment?
The gun should be. It is in my. If they look, they should find it.
Okay. I just sometimes when you reach into a drawer and I don't want anyone to pull the trigger on accident or something, is it in a holster or is it in a drawer under the bed or something?
It's in my apartment.
Okay. Do you have any kind of message you would want us to tell her sisters?
Yeah, you can't be out here messing with people. Everybody ain't, you can't be out here trying to trick people and do stuff because some people will hurt you,
You tricked yourself. You tricked yourself. If all the trans woman had did was to ask you, did you want to have sex? You had the control to just say, no, thank you. Have a good night. And keep it moving, and you would have still, you would have got over not meeting up with the person that you was trying to do the tattoo. Bro, you threw your whole life away because you allowed, see, take accountability for your actions. You allowed yourself to be tricked. You allowed it. So, you sitting up here talking about how that trans woman didn't owe you shit?
You can't expect to rob somebody and not expect them to shoot at you.
Okay.
That's just the world we live in today.
Okay. Do you remember the conversations at all yet that you had with her?
Him?
Him? I just say her because I think he preferred her, so I don't know what to say. You don't remember the conversation?
I remember that much.
You remember and then shooting the gun and that's it?
I remember and I remember shooting the gun, and that's it.
Do you think it's because of the weed that you don't remember?
It's not like, I don't know what to say. I was defending myself. I had to do what I had to do. That's why I can go about life without feeling like I'm guilty.
Have you ever had to do anything like this before?
No, I got work today.
Okay, and then
You gotta
give
work
that
today.
mom and dad's number.
Boy, you gonna be working in prison. You ain't never going back to that damn job. What job? You threw all that shit away. You're gonna be working in prison. That's where your job gonna be at for the rest of your life. Working in the prison. Okay? Ain't no more outside, ain't no more being in the free world to be able to work and provide for yourself no more. You're gonna have to do it inside of a prison. You really thinking you about to go to work?
You're gonna be booked into jail.
In the end, the evidence was overwhelming. Surveillance footage, the phone call, witness statements, they all pointed to one person. From Bible's apartment, investigators recovered a pair of pants with what appeared to be bloodstains. They also found the exact shoes and clothing he wore during the murder, matching surveillance video. And more, inside the unit, they discovered a .22 caliber rifle and a 9mm polymer 80 handgun with no serial number. In court, prosecutors walked the jury through every step that led to Savannah's death. Damarian Kalen Bible was convicted of second-degree intentional murder and sentenced to 367 months in prison, over 30 years behind bars. At sentencing, the courtroom told its own story.
As a person, Savannah was funny. She would light up any room she walked into. I wish he had never interacted with her that morning. She would still be here with me.
Hateful acts of violence against transgender people are on the rise. Every time a trans person is attacked, the entire community feels less safe.
For exclusive clips and behind-the-scenes content, join us on patreon.com/MidwestCrime.
With the help of Zero...
God damn. Look, what y'all think about the sentence? Do y'all think he deserved more time than 30 years? My personal opinion, I think he deserved more than 30 years in jail for doing that. Because, see, he was the one that was playing the stupid game by even accepting to have sex with a stranger on the bus stop. He allowed himself to be tricked. That's the way I see it. Man, I think he should have got way more than 30 years. Exactly. I'm talking about, man, the pants was all bloody. So that means, so wait a minute. You said that you was done, but the trans woman was still down on you. If you got blood on your pants, on your lower extremities, that means that You did it while it was in the act of, and you got some type of way. Maybe was you smoking the cocaine? Was you smoking the crack too? I wouldn't put it past him now. I think he was smoking the crack with the trans woman. Come on, man. God damn. I think he was hitting on that crack with that trans woman. That's what I think. That's what I think. I could be wrong now. He could just like to do, smoke his weed or whatever the case may be, and then that's just the end of it. But like, come on, man. Now, I'm going to put a public service announcement on out there with a lot of you heathens that like to come up in chats and start up stuff like KD. Don't ever think that you can come over here and dictate what I give a review on. I have nothing against nobody. People are allowed to be who they want to be. I am not going to sit up here on this platform and sit up here and throw judgment at nobody in their personal lifestyle on what they choose to do behind closed doors, because I don't care. I don't. So if you ever think to come over here and disrespect my chat, don't. This is going to be my last time even addressing that, because see, a lot of y'all think that everywhere you go, it's got to be some type of foolery going on, right? Well, the foolery was all on the body cam footage. That's the foolery. That is the foolery right there. So trust and believe. My moderators hear me fully on what I'm saying. You want to judge people, that's your right to do so as far as their lifestyle. I have nothing to do with that. But when you try to tell me what I am and you try to call me out my name and disrespect me when my personal business shouldn't even matter to you in the first place. Just like it don't matter to me about this guy's personal preference or the trans woman. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm not about to be, I'm not going to slight myself to appease who? You? You don't even donate. You come over here strictly to troll and try to make a big thing out of nothing. Look here. How would you like it if somebody was to call you out your name? I mean, people, you got to grow up. We all grown on out here. And I know you could jump out the window on the internet and say just about anything to anybody. I get all that. But I refuse to even give that type of thing any type of energy, right? So, again, for those of you naysayers that like to come up in the chat and try to tell me what's gay, say the word. Was gay, or who's gay and who's a lesbian or whatever the case may be. And then this is what I will tell you. Why in the hell do you care that much? Why? Why do you care? You that judgmental? Hey, you have the right to, but you don't have the right to come over here and call me out my name and tell me that the content that I'm providing is gay content. Hell, what the fuck you think you've been looking at with P. Diddy? Huh? What the fuck do you think you're looking at when you're looking at P. Diddy and what he's going through? So I don't want to hear that shit. Don't come back over here to try to troll my chat and to ever think that you're going to disrespect me. All disrespect will be removed up out the chat. Point blank, period. You would get the fuck gone because you're not going to come over here and disrespect me. I'm done. I'm done with all the disrespect. I don't have to ever respond to the disrespect, but what I ain't going to let you do is think that you could come up in my chat and disturb what I got going on. No, you can find somewhere else to go and tippity type and say all the shit that you want to say. If you can't stick to the topic of what I lay out for my show, you will leave immediately. I will not entertain it. I am so glad that I don't indulge into the fuck shit no more. Because some of you people is just very, very remedial. And I don't have time to be going back and forth with remedial people. You have the right to be remedial as much as you want. Like I said, you don't have the right to come over here and disrespect me when I'm doing my content and I'm minding my business. Okay? Now, if I was still into the fuck shit and I was still talking about the fuck shit, then yeah, I'm fair game. Then it is what it is. But I'm not. And I refuse to allow anybody to come up in here thinking that they're going to just disrespect me, and that's cool. I'm not that type of individual. Good afternoon, Uncle Will. Happy Friday to you, bro. No, I'm not that type of individual. But anyway, moving on. All right, I said what I need to say. I don't need to keep beating a dead horse with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time. It is time for Ant-Man. Ant-Man did a premiere earlier 2 hours ago. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Wolves, and 5. Right from Anthony Edwards' old YouTube channel. Yes, yes.
The inbound will come 5 seconds away. Here it goes. The Western Conference champions are the Dallas Mavericks. They're going to the NBA Finals. Dallas was too much, and they take this series 4 games to 1.
Class act here by the fans here, supporting this very young Minnesota Timberwolves team with a nice chant.
Here we go. The Timberwolves are heading west to Los Angeles.
Lakers versus Timberwolves, nothing beats playoff basketball, y'all.
The vibes of the fan base right now are amazing. We won't smoke with anyone, okay? I don't care if my mom was a Lakers fan. I got smoke for her.
The Ant-Man is coming.
Book on dollar.com to get our lowest rates.
Why are you in my house?
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with Counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction who have started treatment with a dose of oral buprenorphine or are being treated with buprenorphine. Sublocade may help you keep moving towards recovery. Sublocade continuously releases the medicine buprenorphine all month with no real daily ups and downs. Buprenorphine is known to reduce cravings and block the rewarding effects of opioids.
Sublocade may cause harm or death if injected in a vein. As an opioid, it may cause serious life-threatening breathing problems.
Welcome, everyone, to Los Angeles, a city fueled by star power. Anthony Edwards, hotter than...
Come on, Carlos. You going to make me answer that, man. You know damn well the Bulls is out. The Bulls is out, man. They out. Finito. Finish. But I most definitely played this for you, Carlos. Ah, yes. I played this especially for you, Carlos.
Fish grease, and it's all coming up good for the Timberwolves. Wet. Cash out.
Cash out. Wolves won.
If you're going to talk about heartbreak, you got to think about the history of Minnesota sports.
Last year.
Hey. No slander of Anthony Edwards up in here, Carlos, because see, you flip-flop too much for me. Now he's not a good dad. Now he's not a good dad. Come on, man. Ain't you the one that sat up here on my show? Do you want me to pull it up now? You just sat up here and said that he was a smart man by paying off that woman with the child support payments. Now he ain't a good dad. Boy, you changed like night and day around this motherfucker. Look, Uncle L, Lakers lose in 5 games. So they only won one goddamn game. One. You support good black dads. Boy, you sure wasn't singing them tunes though when no, you wasn't singing them tunes now, Carlos, now. Shit. A gentleman sweep. No. You said he was a smart man for going ahead and then you was even in support of what he did. But now he needs to be a good dad. No, he needs to be a great basketball player right now. See, we ain't talking about the kid part no more. Them days is done. We want him to be the best basketball player that he can be to help propel his team to a championship. That's what that is the premise right now. Him being a good dad and all this and that, I really don't give a damn if he is or ain't. I don't give a damn if he a good dad or not. That's his cross to bear. And in my opinion, shit, if he paid that child support off that like that, hell, he is being a good daddy. At least he providing for his kids. Shit, what about these other lousy sons of bitches that ducks and hides child support payments? Won't even get a goddamn job because they in fear of getting their goddamn check garnished. Every time they make a goddamn check, it's garnished. Insatiable is my name. Good afternoon, sir. God bless you. Shit, hell, Ant-Man, at least he went on and just paid it all the way on off. You shared it to me. You asked my opinion. Now, what I tell you? Smart man. Now he ain't a good daddy. Now he needs you support good fathers that's in the NBA. Boy, I can't win or lose with you, old Carlos.
I got so frustrated with Minnesota sports.
What do you mean, like,
yeah, it's every
son of a bitch. Oh my gosh.
Even going back to 1960 when the Minneapolis Lakers moved to Los Angeles and we lost the NBA after George Mikan and that group winning 5 NBA championships. And it was heartbreaking for Minnesota fans. I mean, to lose your franchise like that. And then, of course, as a kid growing up, I grew up in the time of the Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, and 4 Super Bowl losses as well kind of adds to the angst that we have. When I first started broadcasting and Kevin Garnett was here.
Garnett beneath the foul line, the fadeaway with a hand in his face in the air for the win.
That 8-year run of making the playoffs every year was because Kevin Garnett was so great. He carried Minnesota into the playoffs. He goes 16 years in the desert with no successful team. To be able to have a run like that last year reminded me of 2003, 2004. The way that the energy in the building again, and the way that Ant went at KD.
They got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
Edwards. Anthony Edwards trying to make a name for himself in the postseason. Important game 2 with the favorite in this series.
Hey, that young man talked the talk and walked the walk. Look, forget all the personal shit, right? Forget all this personal shit. I don't care nothing about that at this juncture right now anyway, right? Ant-Man is making a name for himself in the NBA, and especially in the playoffs. I'm actually rooting for him. I'm rooting for Minnesota. Now, the Bulls going to always be my team no matter what, but I like his game. I like what he brings to the table. I really do. I like his game. I like his shooting ability. I like the way he slashed to the cup. I like his mid-range game, and he can shoot the 3. And he will play defense. Now they need to tighten up with a couple more players, but they could the nucleus that they got right now. Look, I expect them to get to the conference finals. At least I expect Minnesota to get to the conference finals. I do. I expect them to make it to the conference finals. Now Boston got the deal with New York now. Now, that's going to be a matchup that I'm most definitely going to be paying attention to. Boston and New York. That is going to be a series within itself right there. And now, I'm taking bets. I'm taking bets in that New York and Boston series now, Carlos. Well, OKC still got to continue to prove themselves, but they got a chance on making it to the West Finals, to the Western Conference Finals too. Now, EV, I already know you a Knickerbocker around here, but Carlos, I'm taking bets. I'm letting you know right now. I will be accepting bets, and guess who I'm going with? I'm going with New York. I don't think Boston gonna get them, and that's just my opinion. And the series ain't even started yet.
Series trailing. They're geared up for tonight. LeBron James 3. Lakers are going to win it by 9.
Don't be scared now, Carlos. Don't be scared now. Now look at him talking about I never bet. Ain't this nothing? I never bet on Boston and New York. They won't trick me out of my money. Come on, man. Man, you being a punk right now, Carlos. Stop being a punk, man, and bet me against that series. Now, you must forget what you told me. You said you would bet on any other series. Just tell me. And I said, no, I'm gonna sit back and wait. Now I'm done waiting. Now I'm telling you, I want to bet on Boston and New York. And I got my money on New York. I think New York is gonna take Boston up out of there. Oh man, go ahead on, man. I'm done with you, Carlos.
Welcome to Minneapolis. Playoff basketball returns to the Twin Cities Target Center's packed layup. Banks it home. Edwards against Finney Smith. Step back, jump shot. Got it. Anthony Edwards, another clutch shot. Largest lead of the game.
2-1.
Alex and Mark take one.
Mark Laurie and Alex Rodriguez.
Mark and A-Rod
will become new owners
of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
What do you remember about the first time you met Ant?
Well, for me, he had no idea who the hell I was.
Who is he?
The baseball player, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, no, I don't know who that is.
Okay, I can entertain this real quick. Let me entertain this real quick. Lots of people are unalive. Why are you putting more importance on this one person? You know, you coming real late to even speak on what I just showed, for one. That's for one. And for two, I'm doing a body cam footage reaction. So I don't get why you would even ask that type of question when I'm not putting no onus on nothing. I'm just doing a reaction. Okay? Just to answer your question, it's just a reaction. I'm not putting no real big thing about it. I'm reacting to it. So I'm giving you my reaction and my opinion about the situation.
It's funny because the one person he reminds me of is a guy that I came up loving and admiring and was a great mentor to me, and that's Kirby Puckett.
Back is Puckett. He's at the fence. He leaps up. He caught it.
He was always happy. He won 2 titles here. He was a center fielder. You know, what Kirby Puckett did is he gave people in Minnesota hope.
I signed a 5-year contract, and I was a Twin for the rest of my career. So.
I think Ant gives you that same hope.
You have to know the culture you want to create, bring in players that align with that culture, and it's that continuity that brings out the magic, not sacrificing the short term for the long term. We want to create a sustainable culture of winning.
Playing for George Steinbrenner, what I learned is investing in the very best people, in the best culture, and making the players' experience one that makes them play at their highest level. But then there's elements that you see championship teams have year in and year out. Great teams never beat themselves, and great teams usually have great discipline. So if you always force the other team to have to beat you, and you have as much talent as them, then it's just math. There is a little bit of a culture shift when it comes to mentality, even from our fan base, because now, even though things are going well, they're like, okay, what's going to happen?
Gonna drop?
Yeah, when is the shoe going to drop?
Fans are great, especially around like crunch time, where it's like we got to win this game to get in the playoffs, or like it get heated. Like the fans, they get better and better. So, I mean, I want to get used to, like I said, changing the culture and going to the playoffs, so the fans are always there.
He is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet, but like Jordan, like Magic, he'll just rip your heart right out of your chest, and he is a killer.
This is what I was talking about the other day. We get a lead and get comfortable. Keep your foot on the gas.
You look at it, I mean, the stats don't lie. Look at his three-point percentage, every year he's getting better. He's now on more than 10 attempts. He's over like this 39.5% from three, right? His free throw percentage is getting better every year. The points every year.
Of course, I used to be one-dimensional, just handle the ball all day, try to create shots for myself. But like I said, I've gotten better and better, being able to move without the ball, cut, screen for my teammates, and get other guys open.
He's obsessed about improving, and he's putting the work in to support it and back it up.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald.
Back at it again here this afternoon. Lakers and Timberwolves game 4. Handle left open. This one, that goes down. Edwards drives. Inside, McDaniels on the slam. Razzle dazzle inside. Layup. Banks it in. Nas Reed, three-pointer. Puts it in. DiVincenzo inside. Layup is good.
Read one.
My name is Jabbar Gillette. I am the Vice President of Sports Science and Performance.
Boy, Carlos, it would have been sweet if they'd have just got swept. That would have been even more sweeter. A gentleman's sweep is still good, but man, oh man. Man, just imagine. See, you got off real good by that lucky-ass game that they barely won. The Lakers ain't shit. The Lakers is trash. Only able to win one damn game with the greatest player that ever played the game by the consensus of people that sits up and praises LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game. Well, what happened then, LeBron? What happened? What happened? Just what happened? LeBron, go ahead, man. Just go ahead and retire. Go ahead and just sit on down. Look, you'd have been to like 1,000 goddamn NBA finals and only was able to win 4 out of the thousands of times you'd have been to the NBA finals. Okay? Look, you won your 4. Go and ride off into the damn sunset. The fuck? Just go ahead on, man. Take that bogus haircut that you always get that's still gonna show the bald spot right there. Yeah, just take all that shit with you and just retire. Now, I won't say about his son. His son got a fight chance to be better. But LeBron ain't gonna get no better than what he is right now. So just go ahead, man. You've been in the league for 22 goddamn years. It's overkill, LeBron. Just take your ass and retire, man. I told y'all, these young folks, look, it's a young man's game. They tired of you old motherfuckers still trying to stick around and still thinking that you still gonna get the chance to call the shots. No, LeBron. Let the young folks in. Let them play. Go sit your old ass down some damn well.
performance for the Minnesota Timberwolves. My role is multifaceted. There's many aspects of performance, not only strength and conditioning, what's going on in the weight room, but you're also looking at nutrition and mental performance, and all of these aspects come together on the court. And so I like to use what I call a transferable strength index. This is multiple variables that then transfer onto the court. Anthony is above and beyond at the top. He jokes around that he could play football.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I believe if he trained specifically for that sport, he could. Why? Because he has good hips. His step back, his ability to decelerate on a dime and create separation, that's a function of strength. The ability to do that without knee pain, that's the work in the weight room. And then his explosiveness, right? Modifying things in season, all of a sudden now, you're heading into the playoffs and you're maximizing your explosiveness. A lot of that is to the credit of the work in the weight room.
All right, be crazy for next year.
So what's the biggest thing you learned in the playoffs, Hank?
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
You gotta be in shape, bro. It's not something you can train for until you go through it, though. Like,
right.
Yeah, you can't train for playing in June.
Right.
If you haven't, you know what I mean?
You ain't never done it.
Now you know how to train for it.
Right.
Yeah. Now I see why the be missing all those games.
Right.
It all starting to make sense now.
And they said,
what?
No,
I had no legs.
And no. See how this culture is now? So now it's okay for them to be missing games all throughout the regular season. I disagree with that. You have to play at least. If you ain't going to even play all 82 games, at least play the 78 games. Okay, fine. You take off 4 games out the year. I ain't got no problem with that. But when you sit up here and take off 10 games here and 10 games there, look, I understand you got to protect yourself, but your team still needs you. And if you are healthy enough to play ball, get out there and play. Don't cheat the fans. Shit, what the hell you thinking they coming there to Minnesota to them games to see? They coming to see you. Not you sitting on the damn sidelines. Ain't nothing really wrong with you. You just taking off games because you want to rest. Man, go ahead on with all. I just don't agree with that.
In the conference finals, bro. I ain't have nothing. The first day of shoot around after we beat Denver,
yep.
I knew it was ugly.
Right.
I was shooting, I ain't have no length on my jumper. I'm like, yeah, this finna be ugly.
It was short.
Yeah. We'll be back though. We're gonna be back for sure.
I'm definitely thinking about the playoffs. Like, I gotta be ready to go. I'm not a big film guy. That's the thing. Like, and my coaches be getting mad at me because like I'm not a big film guy, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I be watching a lot of Luka tape. Like, he ISOs a lot, but he runs pick and roll a lot, and like he manipulated to where he can get his shot a whole bunch of times. And I'm like, bro, how he do that? So like just learning like the reads that he made from reading a low man to being able to throw the pass to Big Ruth or hitting the corner to Mike or Jay. Like, so I definitely watch a lot of Luka because he makes like the defense do what he wanted to do. And like, I got to learn that a little more.
When you walk into the gym with your crew and you go, we got a chance to win every single night. That's how I feel every time when I walk into the gym with Ant. We all walk in a little bit taller, a little bit stronger, a little more confident because we always know we got that home run hitter on our side.
You guys pushing C? You ain't got no respect for no LeBron.
Make it cold.
With AC Pro,
anyone can recharge their car's AC. Like a pro. Be a pro with AC Pro.
Oh, gentlemen sweep. Hold on. Hold on, gentlemen sweep. Y'all see it? Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a gentleman. That is what we call right there. 4 games, Timberwolves way. Lakers, only 1 game. That would be considered a gentleman sweep. Now, I wish that they would have just beat them that damn game that they allowed the Lakers to come back in that damn game. Man. Then I'll be up 25 instead of down 25 to Carlos and shit. And Carlos knew better. Now I ain't gonna say you ain't crazy for not wanting to bet that series, because you knew, Carlos. You knew, I don't care how much Shannon Sharp talking about some Lakers in 5. No, it's Wolves in 5. So get it right now. I need you to get it right now, Carlos.
Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Lakers in 5. Hey, Drew, they hate to see me talk shit now, Drew. You ain't walking. Man, that boy. I'm minding my business, man. How y'all gonna be with me? I just sent y'all home.
Damn.
Man, they talking shit all week. Lakers in 5. And then look, when we was up 3-1, they said Lakers in 7. Go to hell today. hey, Tom, what's it? Hey, the good guy gonna die in this movie. Hey, the good guy gonna die in this movie.
Man. See? Where's the respect that for old LeBron James? Ain't no respect for no LeBron. I keep trying to tell you, these young folks want LeBron gone. You just heard what Ant-Man just said? The good guy gonna die in this movie. Who you think he referring to? LeBron James. He want LeBron James gone. Bye-bye. See you later, LeBron. It's time for your old ass to go and go fishing. So I will be expecting Shaq, Chuck, EJ, and Kenny the Jet Smith. I expect them to be doing a segment of gone fishing. If they ain't did it by now, I'm sure they done did it. And you got to put LeBron James and you got to put old Luke on up in there, because they gone fishing. Sent their ass packing, and now he trolling the damn fans. And they can't say shit to him because he put their ass clean out.
Lakers in 5.
Look, Lakers in 5.
We shot 7 for 47 from 3, and we beat Luka and LeBron. I think they the best closers in the game. So who the you worried about? Stephen A. had he had all the writers like that get a vote on ESPN. It was 7. They had Lakers in 6, Lakers in 7, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 4, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 6, Lakers in 5. None of this. Nobody had
nobody, not one person.
You know what really turned me up down on TV?
Now I will agree with that, Blurred. He shouldn't be doing too much boasting and bragging, because, yes, the next series, they can easily get swept, right? But in this situation, I don't mind it, because it sends a message to LeBron. Go take your old ass and retire. Ant-Man sent the strong message. And then, think about it. They was counting them out from the jump. Old Shay Sharp, the old simp. Lakers in 5. The old simp. And yeah, it's over with for you, old Shay Sharp. Yeah, your best bet is you just gonna be able to get money off your podcast on YouTube, because any type of career with ESPN or anything like that's I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I believe it's over with for you.
You know what really turned me up? Paul Pierce. when Luka hit that three to tie the game up, I couldn't even feel my body. That was shaking, brother. That was shaking so crazy. But it was like 2K. I swear to God, bro. Yes, bro. That was shaking, bro. I swear to God, I was like, bro, what the f? I think on the front row, he was like, you're 0 for 11. I said, and y'all finna lose. He said,
hey, you couldn't have told me that he was going to be 7 for 25 or something like that from the field and they still win. Now, I ain't going to even hold you. Rudy Gobert, 2020. Look, wait a minute, hold on. I think it was 24 points and I think 25 or 26 rebounds or some shit like that and had 2 blocks. They couldn't stop Rudy Gobert to save their life. Rudy Gobert was just dunking all over their goddamn heads, even dunking on LeBron James' head. But him shooting terrible that last game, yes, you couldn't have told me that they were still going to pull that game out, but they did. And you know what that let me know? That they have a real supporting cast over there in Minnesota.
You're 0 for 11 from 3. Stop shooting. I said, y'all finna lose. Go home. Beat the traffic.
I'm misunderstood because I
He's talking cash, buddy.
This one gonna make me bring.
That was a good edit, Anthony Edwards. Whoever did that edit video for you right there, man, it's on point, man. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. And if y'all not subbed up to his channel, y'all go sub up to it. I'm already subbed up to him already. Man. Oh, so wait a minute, Carlos. How much you want to bet that Golden State is going to be put out by Minnesota? How much you want to bet? We could bet it the whole series, or we could just bet game by game. However you want to do it. You tell me. Steph Curry, look, I understand Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of the world, right? Of the NBA, period. Per game, I bet. Let me get my 25 back and then some. Because I guarantee you, Minnesota ain't overlooking that. Now, Ant-Man, you didn't have your chance to boast and brag about putting LeBron and his crew up out of there in the first round, right? You got that you got that on under your belt now. I'm gonna need you to focus in on the next opponent. Man, look here. I ain't scared of that series now. I ain't scared of that series. But if you want me to be honest with you about that Cleveland and Indiana series, I got Cleveland. I got Cleveland. Me and you thinking the same way then, Carlos, because I'm betting on Cleveland to win that series against Indiana. Now, Indiana has a good squad. I'm not taking nothing away from Indiana. They do have a squad, but I think Cleveland got too much firepower for them to try to keep up with them in a 7-game series. They got too many weapons. So I have Cleveland beating Indy in that series in my own self. So I'm just gonna be honest. You know why I stand there with that series right there. I'm taking New York. Boston up out of there. They won their championship last year. It's somebody else's turn. So I just don't see Boston making it back to the finals. I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. I do not see Boston making it back to the finals. Now, they may make it. It's a chance for them to make it to the conference finals. Yeah, I give them that. But as far as them making it to the NBA finals, nah. So you got to tell me how much we betting. You got to tell me what, 25? We going to keep it at 25? Just let me know. Either way, if we going to keep it at 25, we keep it at 25. I ain't trying to break the bank. And I ain't trying to do all that. Series 25 on Boston versus New York. Okay, all right. All right. Well, you know I'm good for it. Yeah, I'm good for it. So you already know. First game. Wait a minute. When do they play anyway? Do they play this weekend? Let me see something. Hold on. I want to see when they play. Unless you know, do you know when they play? Do you know when the series start? Do it start today or tomorrow? Well, probably not. Probably today, if anything. Monday? Okay. All right. All right. Oh, come on now. What's going on with my damn phone? Okay, because I wanted to look it up. Yeah, I wanted to look it up real quick. Hold on, y'all, because I'm still trying to look it up to see. All right, let me. The phone is doing some crazy ass shit right now. Man. Oh, Lord. Well, anyway, it'll come back when it wants to, because I don't know. My phone is acting now. It want to act crazy as hell. It ain't like I dropped my phone or nothing like that. I be really trying to be careful with my phone because these Androids and everything, they be so sensitive. And just started all over again. But anyhow, that is the show, ladies and gentlemen. That is the show. Won't hold y'all. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all either getting off of work, and even if you're still at work, you probably about to get off and go home and have happy hour. You know what I'm saying? Okay, wait a minute. Now my phone is still want to act crazy. All right. YouTube sometimes be tripping. All right, so I want to still look it up myself. Okay, yeah, you was right. It's Monday. They start their series Monday. It's gonna be at 5:25 p.m. So yeah, it will be Monday. It will be Monday. I just looked it up. Yep, it will be Monday, y'all. So yeah, more than likely, you already know, I'm gonna be on my community wall the minute that they win, Carlos. Look, the minute that New York win that first game, I'm gonna be on that community wall like, yeah, Carlos. Oh shit! You know I'm gonna be on that community wall. I'm gonna beat that community wall on up. I ain't even gonna hold you. You already know I'm gonna beat that wall up. Soon as they win that game, I'm gonna be on that motherfucker like, you see? See, I told you. I told you. I told you. I'm gonna make you turn into Pops real quick. Boy, you didn't tell me shit. Y'all get on outside with all that goddamn noise. Yeah, I'm gonna make you turn into Pops. Now I'm gonna be like, I told you. I told you. I'm gonna be Craig on you. I told you. Boy, you didn't tell me shit. Boy, y'all take that noise and all that thing home outside my damn house. Watch. I'm just saying. But salute to the chat, man. Y'all, we've been rocking and rolling for almost 2 hours. I appreciate y'all coming through and hitting that like button and actually supporting the channel. I do appreciate that. I also would appreciate any type of donations, okay? Any type of donations would help greatly. I will appreciate it, okay? You can either donate to the super chat, super sticker, Cash App, or PayPal. Whatever which one to do it for you, hey, I'm all in, okay? And I do appreciate it just to tell you that right off the rip. I will appreciate any donations towards my way, okay? But with that being said, I will conclude the show. Again, shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all coming, pulling up on me with this Friday afternoon live stream. And I will see y'all later, all right? Salute to the chat, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Friday, man. All right? See y'all later.